individual workouts. We slowed this process down just a little bit because of our August trip to Italy, and so it's exciting to get these guys out here and put them in small groups. We'll do that here for a majority of the week, and do some of our teaching points, and then we'll start doing a couple of group things as we move along. But excited, encouraged. It's good to see everybody out here. Everybody, with the exception of Ben, is active and working out, and that's exciting. He's progressing quite nicely. So, yeah, it's the start of really our march towards what we hope is a long run in the month of March. But we're excited, and a lot of teaching going on, and that's always encouraging.
Coach, I know you had a follow-up appointment with Ben, the doctor. How did that go? And do you have a timeline right now or anything like that?
Yeah, it's progressing nicely. Everything's improving, and it's healing nicely. We're at a time of year where we can be pretty conservative. Yet he's a freshman, and he's chomping at the bit to be out here, and yet we're not going to do anything to jeopardize him. We want him to come back 100%, not anything short of that, and hope we don't have to deal with that anymore. So he'll keep getting his follow-ups every couple of weeks, and we'll know more from there. But in the meantime, he's doing a lot of stuff in the pool. He's doing following his therapy. He's progressing and doing everything that our trainers and our doctors want him to do.
Brad, the schedule's safe to say it's not the challenge that it was last year, at least in travel. Some of the competition, what do you like about it this year? What does it do for this team?
Well, I like the home games. Yeah, we've got a great schedule. And you start looking at the opening week. We've got 2 road games against 2 teams that are exceptional. Grand Canyon is got one of the great home courts in all of the country. Arizona's been there for 20 years, 25 years. It's a perennial top 20 program. So we get a great test early, and then I like the fact you get a very, very good Hawaii team. You get Old Dominion, who is Jeff Jones, is one of the outstanding defensive coaches. And an ACC game with Miami, who's got one of the elite guards in the country. And you jump right into 2 Big Ten games after that. So last year, not just the schedule last year of the opponent, it was a lot to do with there was a lot of travel, there was a lot of away games, the United Center game, and it's exciting to know that we're going to be here 18 times in front of our fans and our crowd, and that's why we're one of the top programs in the country. We've got fantastic fans.
Tell us more about the new addition to your staff.
Yeah, Stephen is a guy that I'm very familiar with, and I say this all the time. When I introduce him, he's one of the winningest coaches in all of college basketball, and I was fortunate that he was when I hired him. He was at Texas A&M. He's had tremendous pedigree right out of college. He worked for the Miami Heat with Pat Riley, and then was at Texas A&M with Mark Turgeon. Billy Kennedy, and then I hired him at SFA. We were very fortunate. We won a lot of games, and then he comes here for a month and had the opportunity to go to Gonzaga. And we all know what Gonzaga has done the last 2 years in terms of wins and rankings, and he's a winner. He's a tremendous basketball mind, and you put that with the fact that he knows what we do, and it just made a perfect fit, a perfect opportunity.
What was the timeline like of deciding to move Jamal and bringing Gentry?
Well, I think that Jamal is in a situation where he's ready to be a head coach, and Jamal's got a tremendous defensive mind. I can put him in a situation where he works with me every single day. I could also help him take that next step in terms of being able to sit through some of the head coach things that you have to do in the meetings and the overall projects that we take on. And so I'm excited for Jamal. the timing was just with Italy and so on and so forth worked out great, and Jim's hit the ground running simply because he knows our system and he knows how we do things. So yeah, we're excited to have him. It's a great addition. I'm excited about the move. We're going to be as thorough a staff as there is in the country in terms of there'll be no base untouched, and I'm excited about that.
So just to clarify, Italy was when you started to maybe decide to make this decision, or the idea?
No, it's something that I've been pondering for a while. If it wasn't, that just happened to be the timing of it that was best for everybody involved, and you know, with our guys here this summer, you know, with recruiting going on, and a lot of factors that played into that, but you know, the timing of it wasn't near as significant maybe as just getting through as smooth the transition for everybody.
Yes, with Steven's familiarity with you, does that help him, hired in August, be able to not like start from behind like would be the case?
And he's hit the ground running, and it's been great because we've been able to give him he's been able to give us a fresh set of eyes and see some things that maybe we're doing exceptionally well, or we didn't do as well at SFA, or something maybe that he's learned at Gonzaga that can help in what we do, and that's been really refreshing. You know, he saw us last year, obviously, in the Gonzaga game in Maui. He's given us a little breath of fresh air in terms of just a different set of eyes seeing us, and helping us be able to clean some things up that we maybe had taken for granted a little bit. So it's been a really positive thing for us.
Does he specialize on one side of the ball particularly?
Yeah, I mean, offensively he's really good. He's an unbelievable teacher. I give given Stephen really all the credit for Thomas Walkup and Jeffrey Carroll. He's tremendous on the court with individual workouts. His attention to detail. He is the ultimate what I call grinder. He's relentless in the office in terms of working, and his attention to detail and scouts. You know, he's a very, very intelligent guy. So, you know, he's got a great way about him with teaching. And, you know, his track record with Thomas Walkup, Jeffrey Carroll, Juwan Evans, those guys is really impressive in terms of their improvements on it.
Can you take us back to how you guys crossed paths the first time? How did you meet Steven? How did this kind of develop in this role?
Yeah, that was a long time ago. You know, and it's really a funny story that he's from Fort Scott, Kansas, originally, and I kid him all the time. I mean, Fort Scott hasn't produced a player in ever, really. But it's when he was at A&M and I was at Kansas State, and you know, got to know each other. Just before games talking, and we'd talk on the phone, and then when he was at A&M and I got the job at Stephen F., Stephen had done something that was like his play of the week as an ops guy. He was very involved in the basketball, and he would send out a play of the week, and he had about 7,000 email addresses that he would send it out to. I happened to be one of them, and I was looking for a guy who understood Texas. I was looking for a guy that he had been there some time. He'd been in charge of their camps. They have huge camps, so he knew a lot of people. And then from the basketball side, I saw his plays of the week, and I had familiarity with him. As we got to know each other, his wife is from Salina, Kansas, which is where my wife is from. His father-in-law, I found out later, was the high school coach at one of my rival schools when I grew up, and a very successful high school coach. And that was at my wife's high school. And my wife was actually a student teacher for him when she was in school. So it's been a kind of an unusual connection that's happened, but he's been a big asset at SFA. And you know, obviously he's an ultimate winner. I think we were 89-14 there, and then you look what he's done the last 2 years at Gonzaga and do those numbers. he's invaluable that way.
Have you guys stayed in touch after SFA?
Oh, yeah, a lot. I mean, he was with me at Oklahoma State the year, and then he started looking at. He had an opportunity to go achieve his dreams and go back to his alma mater, and he was very, very close with that staff. And then it was a great opportunity for him. He gets back on the floor and gets involved in terms of the everyday coaching and the recruiting, and it was a chance for him to advance his career. And there'll be no doubt he's going to be a wonderful head coach someday. And so yeah, we talked great.
You guys recruit all over this country, all over other countries. You mentioned his connection to Texas. Is that an area where you maybe look for him to recruit, or how do you see him impacting your recruiting?
Yeah, worldwide again. I think if you look at some of the things they've done at Gonzaga, I think he's obviously got a tremendous knowledge of Texas. We have direct flights from Dallas in here. It makes a little bit of sense from that standpoint. And right now, Orlando and Chin have really got to do the yeoman's work in this class early, as Stephen wasn't on the road. So he's getting his feet wet, seeing all of our current recruits, and then will really impact us down the road in future classes.
I don't know if we've had a chance to talk to him since you added Jermaine. What do you like about him, and how's he doing in his first weeks?
Well, and again, he's a little bit behind just in terms of he wasn't here this summer. I love Jermaine. All 7'4.5" of his wingspan, his size, his athleticism. He's very, very quick off the ground. I think he's way ahead defensively of maybe where he's at offensively, but yeah, I'm excited. Right now, it's just he's got a learning curve and he's got to get caught up. But his upside is really exciting, and it's going to be really fun to watch.
See him getting at least a few minutes to get big guys a spell.
Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt about that. I think he gives us something defensively we haven't had, and a really quick twitch guy off the ground and block shots. And I watched the game this summer on the circuit. He had 5 blocks in one quarter, and he's a competitor that way. He's been extremely well coached. He's a winner, and as he's getting adjusted to Fletch in the weight room and that piece of it, he'll continue to grow and make rapid strides pretty quickly.
Brad, will Stephen take over the same position group that Jamal was coaching with guard?
Yeah, they're going to coach. He's going to coach with Chen. They all coach our perimeter guys. They've got it broke up, and we do that. So yeah, it'll be same responsibilities that Jamal had in that area, and Jim was a guard and very, very active with our perimeter guys.
And will he? Is it? How different? What sort of differences between his style and Jamal do you expect to see in that?
Well, I think they're very minimal. I think that the one thing that Gent has just tremendous familiarity with our system, so it was easy for him to just pick up everything as we go along. His attention to detail is phenomenal. Having been in the NBA, he's got a few tricks. Having been around John Stockton, having been around those guys at Gonzaga, there may be little idiosyncrasies that he has that he likes that fit what we do, and we talk about those all the time. And so he's a wonderful teacher, and as Jamal was, and so we're not going to miss him either.
What was just Jamal's reaction to the decision?
Oh, I think Jamal was really excited. I think he was in a great place. He's ready to be a head coach. It's an opportunity. We've got to get him out in front of the right people in terms of head owners and so on and so forth. I think his time is here. We've got. He's got a wonderful way about him with players, and he's sat on the bench in that seat before, and so I'm excited for him. Now he gets to see a little bit of the administrative side as well, and and handle that. And I think that'll continue to grow, give him an opportunity when he meets with headhunters and search firms and so on and so forth. That he can put that on his resume that, hey, I've got this belt, this notch in the belt as well. So yeah, he's in a good place, and I have so much confidence in him defensively. It's really an advantage to have Jeff on the offensive side, Jamal on the defensive side, and they're my guys. Those guys are with me. I don't have to worry about them being gone, recruiting. Every advanced scout, they can get ahead of me on those things and really be dialed in when it comes to the execution piece. And I've got two incredible basketball minds in Jamal and Jeff that get to work with me every single day.
As a support staffer at Kansas State, you told stories of riding the stationary bike off the floor because you couldn't be on there with four only allowed in practice at once. Is that going to be a challenge for Jamal to impact you defensively, and he's not able to be here on the floor in practice?
Yeah, it's different. I mean, having done it myself, it's not the easiest thing, because he's a teacher. It's something he's been able to do. But I think that when you can communicate, you can do a lot of advanced stuff with me. They're one of the challenges, I think, is channeling your competitiveness in maybe a little bit different area. You want to get out there and practice and dive into those things, and that role's a little bit different. But I think as he continues to go through the season, he'll look at it more from a head coach side of things, and it becomes X's and O's and schemes and how do we attack this and instead of just the everyday with guys. And then I'm truly excited about having him here every day. It gets to be it's so nice to have him focus on the defense, Jeff focus on the offense, and not just us but opponents, and get dialed in. And we can put a great game plan together along with the scout coach, and we can kind of feel like we have this thing surrounded a little bit. So he'll adjust. It won't be easy, but he'll play into that role quite nicely.
How have the players?
I think we're going to say question. How have the players responded or taken to this?
Oh, they've been great. He's made a point to get everyone on the court individually and work out with them and spend time. And I think they see how good a teacher he is, how patient he is, and again, he's got a background that immediately draws some attention from them. When you've won, when you've been around the guys he's been around, 2 lottery picks last year, and maybe a couple potential more. Chris Middleton at Texas A&M, Dwayne Wade with the Heat. You've got a guy who's got a lot of credibility, and then when they go out there and see, hey, we're teaching this and this and this, and it actually is, boom, when we do this and this during a game, it happens. And so it's been great. Our players have been very receptive, and he's made that adjustment very, very, very smooth.
Quick team question for you as far as steps ahead. Do you see a difference after, obviously, that Italy trip to where they were last year at this time?
Yeah, it's still a little bit early, but I felt great after our 10 practices in Italy. And obviously we had the visa issue, but I love where we're at. We're ahead of where we've been, obviously, the last 2 years. And I think right now it's about letting Fletch have his time, keeping them fresh, keeping them strong, getting them in shape, adjusting, having Jermaine adjust, having Austin and Jacob get acclimated as well. And then it's now starting to tie all those pieces together. So I feel great about where we're at.
First practice is going to start next week. Are you still planning on going early October?
Yes. I'm not going to start the first day. We'll bounce that to right around the start of Big Ten Media Day. We've got 42 days to have 30 practices according to the NCAA rule from our first game, and we'll back those up a little bit, and then we'll again we had 10 days in August. Very few other people had, so we're in a good place, and we'll compact those practices a little bit, maybe with not as many days off, but we'll start around Big Ten Media Day.
Any thoughts to doing something creative for the first practice publicly, or is it just in-house thing?
In-house. To be determined. No, there's some things going on. There's some things going on.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it, Coach.